Before I start the video, let's spread some awareness. On March 18th, 2021, I posted my first video onto YouTube. At that time, I was already pretty hooked on YBA, and I decided to start making videos for fun. After around 2.5 years of posting YBA content, we have reached 50,000 subscribers. In this video, I'm going to be talking about everything that's happened these past few years, and at the end, I'll answer some of your most asked questions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my bizarre adventure. During 2019 to 2020, I didn't even know what YBA was. I was just some kid who played Roblox simulators and obbies all day. I had no idea what JoJo even was. During that time, all my friends in real life played Roblox and we played games with each other all the time. If you didn't know, I have a twin brother named Steve. Steve made a Roblox group for all of us called Oofing Gang Gang on April 25th, 2020. What was his purpose for making the group? Just for fun. Don't forget about Steve. He plays a big part in the story. So one day, I saw everyone playing A Bizarre Day. I had no idea what it was, but I joined them, and that was how I was introduced to JoJo and the concept of it. From A Bizarre Day, my friends met a lot of cool people, and they became a part of Oofing Gang Gang. One of the guys they met was Zefros, and if you didn't know him, he was a JoJo content creator, and my friends eventually became friends with him. Zefros sometimes included my friends in his videos and shouted out our group in them as well, and that sparked the growth of our group. Steve and my friends began hosting all sorts of events revolving around A Bizarre Day, and they met even more people from that. So I think it's safe to say that A Bizarre Day was the game that introduced us to a lot of cool people and hooked us onto JoJo games. Well, all of them were hooked except for me. Not yet, at least. While this was all happening, I was just watching from far away. I was confused about why my friends were so intrigued by this JoJo genre. I joined my friends quite a handful of times in A Bizarre Day, but I didn't think it was fun at all, so I was just in the background while this was all happening, playing my hobby games. Eventually, they got tired of playing A Bizarre Day, and Steve suggested a new JoJo game to play. That game, believe it or not, was YBA.
Is this nigga serious?
My friends soon got addicted, and I would see them playing YBA together for a majority of the day. My friends then created an in-game gang called Baby Stompers. The name was just funny, that's why they used it. So, at this time, the gang was just a friend gang. It wasn't like a public gang or anything like that. Here are the original Baby Stompers. Yeah, I'm not part of it yet. So my brother Steve would eventually start asking me to play YBA with him and our friends, but I always said no to him. The game just seemed so new and confusing to me. I had no intentions of even touching it. As days passed by, the asking turned into begging. So one day, I asked him to make a private server if he wanted me to play with him so badly, and this guy the next day made a private server called quote unquote, I'm desperate. So I joined him and I did some of the storyline and got to around level 10. I used my first arrow and I remember that I got cream from it. I didn't know how to use any moves, so after that I left. The following weeks, I joined and finished a little bit of storyline each day until I reached the max level. Being max level, Steve told me the game would start to get a lot more fun, and I trusted him. So I became a part of Baby Stompers and I started participating in gang wars and other gang events. But a major reason that I forgot to mention why I didn't want to play YBA was that my PC was horrible. I ran YBA on 25 FPS max. Steve had a gaming laptop, so that allowed him to play at 60 FPS and have much less lag. This gaming laptop also allowed Steve to record and edit videos. Around 2020, Steve started to make videos revolving YBA. I asked Steve what inspired him to start YouTube, and he told me that he was just too good at the game and thought making videos was just making more fun. If you're wondering where his channel is now, well, it got terminated. I'll talk about that more later if you don't already know why. So I began to gain interest in this YouTube thing. I mean, being a YouTuber was my dream job when I was a kid, and my own twin, Steve, was already starting to gain subscribers. He had around 100 subscribers at this time, and in my eyes, he was already a celebrity. Surprisingly, my parents were really encouraging about him editing and posting videos onto YouTube. They thought it was important to learn, and they urged me to follow in his steps. So I was bet, but I first needed a better PC. I promised my parents that if they got me a better PC, then I'll learn how to edit and I'll surpass my brother. On January 2021, I finally got a new PC. In the meantime, I was still playing YBA with Steve and the rest of Baby Stompers because I was planning on making videos on YBA as well since Steve was. My first YBA main was the hand ham-on because it was the easiest build to use and it did not require skill at all. I had a lot of fun killing people using only 2 keys. I got a little better at PvP from fighting Steve, but I could never beat him. To get better, I was told to go into 1v1s and just fight people there because there were no kill traders back then. So I did that, and I also did a lot of 2v2s with my friends, and I had a lot of fun. And I also got a little better. I think YBA in 2021 was its golden age. After getting a new PC, it was much easier to play and I got better at a much faster pace. I switched my main to the What Are You Ham-on after getting absolutely smacked by it in 2v2s, and after some practice, I think I got pretty decent at it. I asked Steve how he recorded his videos and edited them, and he told me he used OBS and Adobe Premiere Pro. And till this day, I still use these 2 softwares to make my videos. Around this time, Steve had posted quite a handful of videos already, gathering around 500 subs. And he's gotten pretty familiar with his recorder and editor. After he taught me how to use OBS, I hopped onto YBA and I started recording my first video. I had no idea how to make thumbnails, so I asked Steve to make one for me, and he did. The editing on my first video was so bad. I literally didn't know how to do anything except add clips and add text. But I was determined to learn how to edit, and I watched a lot of editing tutorials on YouTube. My first video did, honestly, a lot better than I expected it to. It got around 500 views on the first day, which is actually really good, considering that I'm a new channel. Following that video, I was recording and editing for hours each day to post daily, and that led to one of my videos popping off. This SBR Cream video was the first video of mine that did really good. It got like 50k views in a couple days, and I got like 200 subscribers on it. But at the time, I didn't understand like if like 50k views was good or not. So I just kept on posting videos and just hope my subscriber count got bigger. There came one fateful day where my YouTube channel would gain immense growth. On April 4th, 2021, my friends told me to hop on YBA for a gang war and everything was going normally. But suddenly, things take a turn for the worst. I don't want to get too deep in it because I already made a video on it, but they basically spread accusations of me being a pedophile and forged fake screenshots on Discord to make it as believable as possible. So I made a video on it because it was just unbelievable that they would go that far because of a Lego JoJo game. Paragon, the head admin of YBA, saw this video and he addressed it in the YBA general chat. At that time, the YBA general was always locked, so that meant that my video was there for the entire community to see. Mostly thanks to Paragon, I got tens of thousands of people coming to my video and giving me lots of support. I grew from like 200 subs to 1,000 subs in the span of only 2 days, and because of this, I already exceeded my brother Steven's subs. Then I was like, wow, this YouTube thing is actually working, so I should keep posting. So for the next couple of weeks, I just posted PvP videos and clips that I thought were funny or interesting. These clip videos actually did really well for my channel, and I grew a lot from them. By May 3rd, 2021, I had already reached 3k subs. I continue to post a lot of videos, sometimes posting 4 videos daily. And the reason I posted so much was because posting more helps a lot with the algorithm, which means you get more views. It was quarantine and I had a stupid amount of free time. So 2 months have passed by since my first video on March 18th, and now is May 31st, and I had reached 5k subs. I think I can confidently say that I was one of the fastest growing YB YouTubers during this time, and that was all thanks to you guys. On May 26th, there will be a new chapter added to my story. On May 26th, I published a video which was an advertisement to Baby Stompers. Our game that was originally made for just us friends was now public for the entire YB community. In the video, I said that I was tryouting people and that if they got me to half or lower, then they made it into the gang. But this was a horrible idea because
I heavily underestimated how many people were gonna DM me. There's no way I can try out all of you.
yeah, I got like 700 pings in just a couple of hours, and there was no way I was tryouting everyone. So I got some people who were good at the game to become tryouters and help me try out everyone. Baby Stompers began to grow really quick, and it became one of the biggest gangs in YBA, and I also became really active in the gang Discord and fought in a lot of gang wars. Baby Stompers was one of the biggest gangs, but also one of the most toxic gangs. We gained a bad reputation because a lot of our members started gang wars and were also really toxic in them. Probably because back then we were probably all little kids and had nothing better to do. Just so you guys know, I didn't own Baby Stompers, Steve did, but I was the face of Baby Stompers, so that would also lead to me having a bad reputation because the members were being toxic. But I was still really happy that I made Baby Stompers public even to this day because I met a lot of really cool people. Some of these people I still talk to this day. Baby Stompers was a gateway for me to get into the competitive side of YBA. In the competitive community, I could fight a lot of really good YB players and get even better at the game. So that's about it, where I'll leave it with Baby Stompers. There's a pretty big Baby Stompers iceberg, but if I were to cover that, then this video would be way too long. And a lot of stuff isn't that important anyways. So as time passed, I continued to upload at the speed of light, and I started to get better at editing and making thumbnails. For anyone wondering, I used to use Canva to make my own thumbnails, and for my new ones, I use Adobe Photoshop or Photopea. They're basically the same, so it doesn't really matter which one you use. On June 30th, we hit 10k subs. After only 4 months, we have already reached 10k subscribers. I was really happy because we were growing so fast, but I started to reach burnout. Sitting in front of a screen all day recording and editing videos was impacting my mental and physical health. Even when I wasn't working on a video, I was still thinking of a video idea for you guys. I don't think most of you guys will understand this, but once you become a YouTuber, it's hard for you to leave that YouTuber mindset of always wanting to make a video. So because of that, in the video I said I was going to take a break, but I ended up only taking 3 days off, and I posted another video right after that. I really had nothing better to do at the time than just to record and edit videos. And the day I returned, I posted 5 videos in 1 day. So for the next few weeks, nothing really changed. It was just recording and uploading videos, but out of nowhere, I was added to a YB YouTuber Discord server. It was out of the blue, and I was super starstruck when I saw everyone there. I mean, there was Optics, Gage, Vibe, Handsy Boy. I mean, there was just everyone in there. So it was really cool to share a server with these guys because I've been watching their content for a really long time. In that Discord server, we did some fun stuff, we had a YB YouTuber tournament and I surprisingly won that. But besides that, there wasn't really anything else that happened. The server ended up dying pretty fast, so I just left it. I'm pretty sure the server was just made for the YouTubers to collab with each other and just share tips with each other, but none of that happened, so it just ended up failing. So that was that, I guess. On July 30th, we hit 15k subs, and I finally did a voice reveal. Oh, my voice back then was so bad, holy shit. I was so nervous talking in a video for the first time. I sound like a robot. I probably still do, but I would have taken the video down because of how embarrassing it was, but I'll just keep it up if you guys want to watch it. So now I was on the road to 20k, and I was slowing down my uploads but still posting a lot. The main reason for slower uploads was because I began putting a lot more effort into my videos. On September 7th, I posted my first video on AUT, and it did surprisingly really well. In the description, I said that if it did well, then you guys should expect more AUT videos, but I never posted another one ever again. Anyways, on September 14th, we hit 20k subs, and I made a little montage for it. Yeah, it was nice. Around this time, people began to ask me if I was gonna branch out or anything like that, and to be honest, I was starting to get a little bored from YBA. But YB videos were still doing well, and I thought that I could go a little longer. I started to do Let's Get videos and more 1v1 and Espera videos, which took more effort to make, and I also began to think of more creative video ideas since YBA was quickly getting very dry. On November 25th, we had reached 25k subs, halfway to 50k and a quarter to 100k. My passion for YB YouTube was still burning, but it was slowly getting smaller and smaller. The only reason that I started playing YBA was because of my friends, and when I reached 25k, they had all quit YBA, and I was the only one left still playing it. I had the most fun playing YBA when I was playing with my friends, but with that taken away, the game just got less and less fun. Videos also began to get less fun to make, and I was reaching burnout quicker and quicker. But this didn't mean that the quality of videos got worse. They continued to get better and better. On January 29th, 2022, I made a video called "The Future of This Channel." And in that video, I said that I was really tired of making YBA content and I wanted to branch out. Well, I tried to branch out for a couple of weeks, but my channel immediately started to die. It was during this time when I realized that I was trapped doing YBA content, and if I tried to make any other videos, they would just flop. So I thought long and hard about what I should do with this channel. I realized that I honestly didn't have the time to grind YouTube enough to successfully branch out because school started, and even though I was still in 8th grade, which was middle school, my parents still cared a lot about my grades. I also had a lot more stuff to do, like hobbies, now that virtual school is over, and it's not like YouTube was going to be my full-time job anyway. So with all this considered, I decided that sticking to YBA was my best option. Getting 100k was my original goal, but I changed it to 50k because it was much more reasonable. So from then, I told myself that 50k was my goal on YouTube, and when I reached it, I could finally stop and take a real break, or maybe even retire. When YBA released Stone Free, I knew it was an opportunity to revive my channel, and I took it. My channel successfully revived, and I soon reached 30k subscribers. I didn't post a video dedicated to it, so I'm not sure when I hit it, but it was around like August 2022. YBA around this time was updating frequently now, and that led to more players playing YBA and therefore more people viewing YBA content. So I began posting a lot of SPR content after I realized that that was the type of content that got the most views. I quickly went from 30k subs to 35k subs, and then even 40k subs. On September 8th, 2022, my main account, Magaruft, was terminated from Roblox. At the time, I was devastated. I had that account for like 5 years and I had so many memories on it. The reason it was terminated wasn't even my fault also. I would go more into depth, but I already talked about it in previous videos. Here they are in case you're interested. So I was really sad about my main account getting terminated, but I got over it in a couple days. I moved over to my first alt account, which was named Nectex, and that is the account I use to this day. But I wasn't the only one who got something dear to them removed. Around the time my account got terminated, Steve's channel also got terminated. Steve told me that he clicked on sketchy links when he was watching editing tutorials, and that must have put a virus in his computer. And then his email was hacked, and then the hacker got a hold of his YouTube channel. The hacker viewbought it, and because that was against the YouTube TOS, Steve's channel would get terminated. With Steve losing 2 years worth of work completely, he gave up on his YouTube dreams and his passion for YouTube died. With Steve, my biggest inspiration to begin YouTube, gone, I really began thinking of retiring. But I didn't want to retire before I reached my goal. So around this time, I completely stopped doing skits and only posted videos that took days and even weeks to complete. I spent more effort than I ever had before to create the best videos I could in hopes of finally reaching 50k. On June 15th, 2023, after 2.5 years and 300 YBA videos, I have finally reached my goal on YouTube. Around a month ago, I made a channel in my Discord specifically for people to ask me questions for the 50k special. There's quite a few questions, so if I didn't get to yours, don't feel bad. I missed a lot of them. And yeah, let's start this Q&A. Join my Discord, please. Link in the description.
Do you ever plan on doing Let's Plays for games not on Roblox? Variety? Are you gonna play different games on the channel? Other games which aren't to do different on your channel besides YBA?
Yeah, I definitely plan to branch out of YBA and make videos on other games, but I don't think I'll be expanding outside of Roblox anytime soon. I don't really play any games outside of Roblox anyway. So I think in the future I'll be making videos on other Roblox PvP games or just games that I play a lot.
What's your favorite game besides Roblox?
I said earlier that I don't really play any games outside of Roblox, but if I had to choose one, I think it would be Minecraft.
What game would you have centered your community around if not YBA?
That's a good question. Since I play a lot of tower defense games, it would probably be like Tower Defense Simulator or like All-Star Tower Defense or Anime Adventures.
Do you plan on quitting YBA?
Since my entire fan base is here for YBA content, I don't think I can actually full on quit YBA, but I'm like playing the game a lot less now.
What is your favorite stand and spec?
My favorite stand is the hand and my favorite spec is boxing.
What size is average?
7 feet.
Why is your server dead?
Cause we don't host events.
Who are your biggest inspirations behind your format and style of video, and what advice do you have to others who are struggling with their brands?
Damn, that's a long ass question. There are 2 YouTubers that I can think of from the top of my head that have heavily inspired the format and style of my videos. Them being Corey X Kenshin and Tempest. When I watch their content, I can see the amount of effort that they put into it from their edits and whatnot, and I get a lot of ideas and inspiration from it. Both of them are also such wholesome and selfless people, so they've inspired me to become a much better person. For people who are struggling with their brands, I would say to try and get to what's trendy and make content about stuff that's currently popular. Also, make sure to upload frequently and to not just stick to one thing. If one video idea isn't working out, then you should try something else, and if something else works, then stick to it.
How do you feel about being bound by the chains of YBA, not able to escape as shiny skins consume all?
Well, it's just sad to see a game that I once loved slowly turn into a skin grinding simulator. And there's nothing we can do about it since Uzu doesn't communicate with his community. So, this entire situation just sucks.
When is YBA update?
I think I should be asking you that, Mr. Senior Admin.
Where do you plan on going with this YBA thing?
Well, I use YBA as like a starting place to build my community, but I hope I can expand my community by making videos on other games.
What's your hobby IRL, or any info to share about yourself?
Well, I love playing basketball and I love to draw in my free time.
Are you getting tired of YBA? Pretty sure you have been playing it for like 3 years. If so, are you going to try making videos on other games?
Yes, I'm very tired of playing YBA, and yes, I'm definitely gonna try making videos on other games.
Do you like male or female?
Female.
Why are you gay? Do you love men?
Man, what the f—
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I play YBA.
How are you doing on this fine day?
Great, thanks for asking.
Feet pics at 60k.
Oh wait, I forgot to answer a question. Well guys, it's been a long journey, but we finally reached 50k. Before I end the video, I just want to thank you all for helping me achieve this goal. Thank you to each and every one of you guys. I said it before and I'll say it again, I really didn't think that we'd reach this. It feels like I had 100 subs yesterday. Although 50k was my goal here on YouTube, one day I hope to see us at 100k and get that play button. But until then, I'll continue posting. Thank you for 50k and thank you for watching.